Al Haymon will ruin Dillon White's career if Dillon White signs with Al Haymon. See, I had some PBC fanboys walk up on me in the gym yesterday with a little smug look on their face, and they asked me, so what do you think about Dillon White going over to PBC and signing with Al Haymon? I turned around and I looked at them up and down, and I told them straight up, it'd be the dumbest move he ever made because it's counterproductive. You know, of course they look at me baffled, so I go ahead and I break it down. I said, well, since Al Haymon, and everybody calls Al Haymon a promoter, but legally, Al Haymon is not a boxing promoter. He is an advisor, right? Now, if you look at a fighter like Dillon White, he does not fit in the stable of PBC Al Haymon fighters. Why? Simply because of the way he moves. And why do I say that? It's because he's active. Let me say that again. He's active, okay? And he'll fight whoever. That doesn't fit in the criteria over there at PBC. It does not at all, okay? If Dillon White signs with Al Haymon, what he will turn Dillon White into is a pussy. Straight up. Now, he'll pay him well, but the Dillon White that we know and love and that has built himself up to what he is right now will disappear overnight. And he will feed him soft touches. Because keep in mind, Al Haymon is an advisor now. Not technically, legally, a boxer promoter. He's an advisor. So if he's going to be advising Dillon White, what do you think he's going to advise Dillon White to be doing? The only thing you got to do is take a look at the hard hitters and the so-called killers that he does have and see what he's done with them. Okay? Look at Errol Spence. Errol Spence, easily known as one of the most avoided men in boxing, you know, one of the most dangerous men in boxing, quote unquote, the so-called boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, these PBC fighters love thinking they the boogeyman or love thinking they're more dangerous than what they are. But as long as he's been boxing, and as old as Errol Spence is, what really has he done in his career so far since being with Al Haymon? Honestly, what really has he done? Nothing. You know, over there at PBC, the only thing they do is underutilize fighters and overpay them. That's how I see it. Take a good look at the Charlos. Jamel and Jamal. What are they? 28, 29 fights, one of them, I believe, and 31 fights, the other one. I don't know. I'm going off the top of my head, but I think the big brother is at 30, 31 something fights. The little brother is at 28, 29 something fights. Okay. Name me one career building name. Seriously, career building name that they have on their resume. Name me one. Okay. These guys are 30 fights deep in the game, and they don't have one career defining fight. They do not have one name that catapult them to the next level, which is why they can't get nobody to roll around in the bed with them. And Al Haymon supposedly got all this money, but he can't do that for those fighters. Okay. Jamal Charlo is 10 fights away from being the next Deontay Wilder story. 40 something fights with a whole bunch of nobodies. Think about that. And Jamel and Jamal Charlo, since they twins, they got to be damn near 30. They got to be 27, 28, you know what I'm saying, 29 or something. Seriously. Damn near 30. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? I ain't checked them boxing records on their age or something like that. But they're definitely over 25. Definitely. And closer to 30. Okay? So they're damn near 30. If one of them is not 30 already. No, because they only born minutes apart. So anyways, so they damn near 30. All right. And they boxing record is 28, 29, 30, 31 fights deep. And they have nothing career defining to show about it. Okay? And they're not making the money that they're supposed to make. And they're home run superstars. What I mean by home run superstars is that they're easy to sell. Twin brothers, champions. Come on now. I could sell the shit out of that. And so could Eddie. You know, but once again, underutilized as fuck. All right. Now, look at Deontay Wilder. Okay. Now I'm speaking with all the people that they give praise and stuff like that. Quote unquote, the dangerous man on the planet. Do we even need to talk about his resume and what he's done with his career? And once again, he's down with Al Haymon. And let me reiterate, Al Haymon is not a promoter. He's an advisor. So he's been advising Wilder to not take these fights, to not do this, to not do that. Tell me, where do you see Dillon White fitting into all that? Okay. Dillon White is ambitious. He's building something. He's knocked out his last couple opponents in dramatic fashion. And like I said, he's willing to scrap with anybody. If he goes over there to Al Haymon, what you're going to see is a docile Dillon White. Al Haymon will fuck Dillon White's career up. He will no longer be the fight that we love. Because he's not going to advise Dillon White to take the fights that he's taking right now. Obviously, just look at his track record. Just look at his track record with his stable. It's easy to see. You know, so if Dillon White is naive enough to go ahead and go over there to Al, go ahead and do it. But you be putting a knife in your career and letting all the air out of it. And you just risen up. You just rose your stake by your own hand. You know what I'm saying? You just built yourself up through sheer fire and will. And then you're going to take what you have built. You're on fire right now. You're on top. And you're going to take that over to cold as ice Al Haymon. All right. Who would rather put you in a baby carriage. Okay. Or put you on training wheels and pay you nice and pat you on the back, but have you do nothing with his career. As you see, Al Haymon has no problem with letting his fighters go their entire career without ever really challenging themselves. Deontay Wilder. Okay, he has no problem with that. How does a man like Dillon White fit into a stable like that? Somebody explain that to me. He can't. He can't fit under that umbrella. And to me, Dillon White know that. I think he's just trying to show Eddie Hearn, look, I'm more valuable than what you think right now. Okay, maybe you can't see at this point how valuable I am, but trust me, I'm a valuable key component. Now give me the contract and pay me like I'm worth. That's all Dillon White doing to me. I don't think Dillon White is that stupid. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Now Dillon White just want to get paid. That's a different story. But Dillon White doesn't come across to me as a guy, you know, who just wants money. It's just not all about money. It's about money, but it's just not all about money. You know, but a guy like Dillon White, who ain't afraid to fight anybody, you know what I'm saying? Going over to PBC, where these guys been on training wheels the entire time. You know what I'm saying? And look what happened when they did step up. Look to the Charlos when they did step up. Okay? And look at Earl Spence. Just think about this. You got Earl Spence fighting Mikey Garcia. Now, that will be prior to Kell Brook. Earl Spence's claim to fame was a Chris Algier. And that's no diss to Chris Algier at all. But prior to Kell Brook, his claim to fame was a Chris Algier. Think about that. As much praise, and he whooped Floyd ass, and he's the next this, and he's the man in the division, and he's the boogeyman. But why haven't you utilized this so-called jewel that you have? So obviously he has no problem with letting diamonds sit up on the shelf and collect dust, and not setting it out in front of the front showcase for everybody to see it. He obviously has no problem with that. So my question is, how does a person like Dillon White, and the way he's been moving in this later part of his career, how does that fit in the PBC roster? It doesn't. He moves nothing like them guys. And you're going to have that guy who's been advising Deontay Wilder, the same guy who's been advising the Charlo brothers, the same guy who's been advising Earl Spence to get his hands and guide Dillon White? Hell no. Your career will go straight in the trash. Everything you built will go straight in the trash. Signing with Al Haymon would be totally counterproductive. Period. It ain't no denying that. It ain't nothing that nobody can say out there. You may not like what I'm saying, but you can't deny what I'm saying. Dillon White doesn't fit in right there, and it's not a good fit at all. You know, and if Al Haymon gets his hands on Dillon White, the Dillon White, which we now currently know and love, will disappear. Okay. And you will see a watered down, pussified version of Dillon White. If he gets advised, because he's an advisor, by Al Haymon. And that's real talk right there. Straight up. So that's why Al Haymon will totally ruin Dillon White if he was to go over to PBC. That would be a horrible move. And like I said, that would be counterproductive for that man. You know, but, you know, that's my thoughts on it. You know, you guys can leave your thoughts in the comment section. And I would just love to see you try to take this video down, Al. See, because actually, you motivate me to make this video. You know, because I see you and your team is combing through my content, you know, trying to take my shit down, you know. I mean, I know it's you now. You know, I know that American Coward, the Deontay Wilder story, I know that pissed y'all off. And I know y'all tried everything y'all could to try to stop that video from going up. But I just kept re-editing it, and changing shit and moving it around and using something better and using something more potent and you guys thought you was gonna frustrate me to the point I just said fuck it, right? Yeah, I see your name popping up on my copyright feed. Al Haymon boxing channel, Premier Boxing and shit. See, at first your name never popped up, but now it's popping up directly. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like those regular copyright things. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys are going through my old material. And anybody's a content creator, you know how it tells you, well, this is copyrighted by blah, 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 blah. And then they have another one that tells you the owner has viewed your content and said that you have such and such of theirs in your video, you know, and some of these videos been up almost as long as the channel has been up, you know, and you going back combing through my shit, you know, trying to fuck with this channel. Man, go ahead, man. I keep telling y'all this is what this channel is built for. But I don't care if you don't like my shit. I don't like you. How about that? You know what I'm saying? I don't like you. You move your fighters like a bunch of pussies. Straight up. You know, when they called you the cancer of boxing, you know, I had your back. So I'm like, fuck that. You know, they just hating on him because he a black dude doing this thing in boxing. And I know people don't like things to change. You know what I'm saying? Certain racial demographics want to keep the stronghold over whatever organization that they have been involved in since they people got over here. You know what I'm saying? I thought they was just straight up just hating on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, fuck that. Al Haymon may not be all that, but he ain't as bad as everybody else trying to be. And how come they don't call everybody else like that? Man, I had your back. But as I've been paying attention, I gotta be truthful. I think you are bad for boxing. Cause you're not giving us the fights that we want. And you telling, and you're making these mega fights and putting them on the back burner and trying to balloon them into these major paydays while pissing off the same people that you asking for money from. You know? So I just want to tell you that you inspired this video. You know what I'm saying? You and your team or whoever and whatnot. And I also want to tell you this. Because of that, and people on my channel know how I move, don't ever let me find out that something bothers you, okay? And don't ever try to attack me, because I don't fold up. I push forward and I go harder. That's what all the Deontay Wilder video. You want to know why so many Wilder videos out there that you guys see right now? Every Wilder video that I got on Deontay Wilder was not even necessarily about Deontay Wilder. That was every time somebody threatened my life. That was every time somebody threatened to kill me, threatened to bomb my house, threatened to murder my family, called me a coon, called me out of my name, trying to tell me I was anything, that I was less than black, that I was this, that was that. That's what those videos really represent. So anytime you see me put a video up about Deontay Wilder, it is actually a response to either how somebody tried to attack me from the whole LDBC crowd, or it's just a response for every Anthony Joshua hate video that I've seen. I have made one Deontay Wilder video. So anytime you see a Deontay Wilder video pop up, it's because I have previously seen a Anthony Joshua discrediting hate video. And it's always my one to their like 4, 5, and 8. So I don't even know why you people be mad. But getting back to what I was saying, you know, since that is how I move and that's how I respond to things, and since you put me through so much hell trying to put that American coward up, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a part 2. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to turn it up. Now, you ain't got to worry about it. I'm not going to do it no time really soon. But it'll definitely be soon. You know, whether I choose to wait until he has another fight or I do it next week, you will get American Coward Part 2. Bruce Vane, I'm out.